Greetings everyone, we're not at a theme park, but we are at Free Play, Florida. They have all sorts of art exhibits. There's like Tapper, they got like a Tapper thing here. They got all sorts of like 3D Batmans and stuff like that. We'll be joined by some very special company here very shortly, but we are here, baby! We're inside the main lobby right now. They have all the arcade games. There's Billy Mitchell. We'll probably be meeting with him a little bit later. They got a World's Giant Tron, the biggest Donkey Kong ever. There's a kill screen coming up pretty soon. Oh, this is pretty cool. Pinball machines as far as you can see. And Sheeka, you just found a video game. The Last Starfighter. You're the Last Starfighter, babe.
Am I?
Billy Mitchell, how you doing, buddy?
I'm always good, especially when you show up.
You know what, I'm really excited about meeting you, because I noticed that the World Talking is Donkey Kong. I heard there's a kill screen coming up.
Well, it's like twice as big, so your score count is double.
Okay. So, you know, I think we should play. I think we should play some Donkey Kong.
Yeah, play for a penny a point.
There, Keith and Greg. Finally meeting Billy Mitchell, which is actually kind of cool.
I only believe the best. The good stuff they edited as part of how they edited all the. They edited
With the Riley and Kimmy show, Daily Talk show. Well, Sheeka's playing this one, but this one.
I gotta have one of these.
This is like the Star Wars. This is like the old like 79 Star Wars cabin. I'm saying 79. I don't know what year it actually is, but it's like you're in a TIE fighter or X-wing. I think X-wing.
X-wing.
Oh, that's really cool though. They got all the old Atari games. The Sinistar, Dungeon Stalker. Oh, that's really cool. All the way through here. This is neat. So Greg is meeting Billy Mitchell. Before, but they have a Pong, but the Pong is done with like, looks like foam blocks. You can just play. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh no! Not today. Ah!
Yes, you're losing now. 90-90.
Hey!
You just lost to a 9-year-old.
One of the cool things that we're seeing here, you got River City Ransom, Dragon Warrior, Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, which was a Disney game, which was really cool. Then you also have Tailspin, which is fun. Felix the Cat, Mick Kids. This one is actually probably a really big collector's item. I have this one, Operation Wolf. I do remember that one. And the Batman one. I remember that one completely. That was cool. What's cool is that they got Cuphead here. I've never played Cuphead, but if you know what Cuphead is, it's like an animated side-scroller, which is cool. So with this booth, they got actually Super Mario going on here. Mega Man's, Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu.
Nintendo World Championship.
What?
The Nintendo World Championship card.
Really?
A legitimate one.
Oh, that's awesome. They got all sorts of, they got the Nintendo 64, the Turbo Graphics, Genesis 64. They got all sorts of other games here, which is nice. Wow, they just have about everything here.
So Shawn is currently playing the world's biggest Tron.
Lost immediately.
And he immediately lost.
I literally lost like immediately.
You don't know how to play it?
In this area, they got a Dreamcast. They got an old Xbox here. Genesis, you can play all sorts of console games, which is neat. This guy's on a Virtual Boy. Oh, what? Hang on. so bad. I haven't had this actually on my hand since I was like 7. But sometimes the only way to use it was like through this pad right here that's on your forearm. This is worth admission alone. So what we're playing now is the newly released Guardians of the Galaxy pinball machine. As you can see, right down here, you have the fruit at the very bottom. It's pretty interesting. It has like clips from the movie here. That's awesome. Sheeka's playing Star Wars. This one is really fun. Almost the same as this, but very, very, very different. You have these other games here, and these are like roughly almost 100 years old. They're almost like really retro pinball games, as you can see. And this is really neat. This is really cool to actually have something like this. Before pinballs had evolved into the pinball games that we know now today. So this is cool. So we're gonna do it in Inception style.
So you're recording me while I record you, and then
Yeah,
you record.
absolutely.
Oh man, this is game.
So here we go.
This is game too meta. This is
It's too meta.
It's too meta now.
See that, guys?
All right, so you
Listen.
recording me, recording me, recording me.
Smash that like button, baby. And you're also on the channel as well.
Oh, and we're live on yours at the same
We're
time.
not live. It's actually a camera.
Okay.
I'll edit it up,
Okay, we'll go.
put it online.
Okay, so tell me about yours. What is yours all about?
I just go to theme parks and yell a lot. That's it.
Okay.
Go to theme parks.
Go to theme
yell
parks,
baby all the time. So definitely look for this channel, Negrorlando.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Smash that like button.
Smash it. Okay. I tell you what.
Here we go. We got Keith. What's going on, buddy? What's
Hello,
happening?
guys. Should I do both at the same time?
Yeah, we're gonna do it at the same time.
All right. Wow.
Hey, how's it going?
This is 2 videos.
At the same
Wow.
time. At the same
This is what
time.
we call double vlogging.
We're double
Oh, that's
vlogging.
pretty
We're
good.
double
I'll just
vlogging.
keep doing this the whole
Yeah,
time.
it's the whole time, the entire time.
Yes.
Kind of make me feel
Listen, I
sick.
saw that you brought your game cabinet right over there.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Pinball video.
What are we going to be playing on it? Oh, it's a mobile. It moves.
The game is don't hit anybody. You drive around. You want to see it in action?
Yeah, let's see it.
Check this
Let's
out.
see it.
What's this? What's this? There you go.
Wait, what's he doing?
Wait, this. Hold on. It has its controls.
Here I go.
Wait, watch out. He's going. Yes. What? Wait, hold on. That's a game in and of itself.
See, it's too powerful. This goes like all the way up to rabbit.
Oh, wow,
too
that's
fast.
amazing.
That makes me do like wheelies.
Wait.
So I gotta turn it down a little bit. And normally it's a camera that shows me where I'm going, but the battery died. So now I just have to guess. Or peek.
We can be your spotters. We can be your spotters. We got you.
Be my spotters.
We got spotters. Greg's spotting. I'm spotting on the side. Let's go. Billy Mitchell should watch out. Here we go.
Okay, I can hit this booth. Uh-oh, don't worry. Here, I got a ticket.
You got a ticket, okay?
Oh, great. Oh.
You got to make sure. He's the gamer of the century, by the way.
This is like a reminder.
Make sure you put it there too.
Yeah. All right, dang it.
This is your warning, all right?
All right, thank you. I'll behave.
Oh, he's taking down the merch table.
Okay, it's all junk anyway.
Keith is taking down the merch table. We're going back. Oh, this thing is dangerous.
Where's it going? Sorry.
Now you got to reverse.
This is the hardest part.
This is the hard part. Here we go. Here we go. We gotta make sure. Here we go. He's going. He's going back. It's going back.
Oh, wait.
It's almost there. He's going back. Hold on. We're gonna move the table.
Game Genie action right here.
Here we go. Oh no! It's not the.
I got it.
He's got it. It's still.
Boom.
He did it! Yes! Yes! High five!
That's the Momo Neo Geo.
Me and Greg actually just stumbled onto the maker room, which is actually really cool. They're just making, there's buttons. They are actually, they just 3D printed this guy right here. That's awesome. And there's this. I'm not sure what this is, but this looks pretty cool. I like the, it's like the 360 camera.
Exactly, we got 24 cameras in a circle, and they all take a picture at the same time, and we take each frame and stitch it together into like a short, like 360 frozen at a time video.
Oh, that's cool. Me and Greg, we're going in. It's a 3D camera. If you've never been in a 3D camera, this is kind of where it's at. We're in it. Oh, it literally just happened. This is the result. How cool is that?
Every Activision title.
Well, that's certainly for legendary status there. But I also know that you were big on coin-ops as well. And I understand for many, many years you owned the high score on golf. I just wondered, what was it about the arcade game golf that particularly attracted you, Todd?
I think I go with the ideology that when I played the game, since I was into weightlifting, squeezing the trigger, I got to flex the bicep, so when people, you know, females would walk by, you can sort of flex indirectly without people knowing you're actually flexing.
You've always got an angle.
And they do that for 6 hours, so, you know.
Always an angle. Now, Todd, perhaps you could tell me, was there a moment when you realised that these video games that were taking over the nation could be perhaps a business opportunity for your good self?
Well, I was living in Houston. I was an oil broker. That was going nowhere. So I decided that...
There is no future in oil, right?
Well, there was a lot of future, but not for me in my individual, the office that I was working selling what's called 6 oil. The heavy, heavy oil that's burned in like the big furnaces of like a major installation, a big building. So I started working on creating a who's who in the petroleum industry. It was called Days, Who's Who in the Petroleum Industry. And my co-worker one night said, well, I can't do this anymore. I got to go play Space Invaders. And I never had heard of Space Invaders before that moment. I said, what? So he took me to a big arcade that was there in the big highway belt around Houston. And I walked in the door, and the first thing I saw were like 8 berserk machines in a row shouting, kill the humanoid. And so, and he took me to a Space Invaders machine, and I started playing it, and I was hooked. And I fell in love with Space Invaders, and I started doing it almost, many times per week. Then Pac-Man and Centipede, and before you knew it, I was completely embroiled in the video game culture. But I went on the road as a seller of old historic newspapers. They're selling them to history teachers and as interior decor for restaurants. And while on the road, I would stop at every arcade I could. And that's where I began to develop the realization that high-level video game playing, actually it was intriguing to me. Excellence in action, as portrayed in competitive video game playing. So I started becoming intrigued by people getting high scores. I started writing high scores.
At a level, and there was nobody who was near me, but it didn't matter. I was always against myself, and I always did the best when I competed against myself, and it was video games that brought me to that. So the fact is, long after video games, being in business, being a father, being a husband, I'm constantly, I guess I'm hard on myself, wanting to be better and better and better and better.
You mentioned you're a father. Would you encourage your son to take a similar route that you have had in playing video games?
Okay, well, I didn't have to encourage him. He played games obsessively. Of course, they were home games. He first played arcade games because we never had any home games. He played Pac-Man. He called it a biting game. And he called Donkey Kong the monkey game.
He's the bad guy, he's the arrogant one, he's the rude one. I want to know, when that film was being made, were you aware of how you were being portrayed?
Okay, to answer the question first, I wouldn't have it any other way. If you think it's as much fun, if you don't think it's more fun being the bad guy than being the crybaby, then you don't know what you're talking about. The fact of the matter is, no, we didn't know what the film was being made. There was really a tremendously broad scope of film footage. There really was. And we thought it was simply an historical aspect of gaming overall, which is similar to what Chasing Ghosts did. But the truth is, so many of you will learn here for the first time, I don't want to say crybaby, Mr. Steve, 2 producers and a director, they have ties that go back to childhood, back to grade school. And I was given an article in a Seattle newspaper where it said, friends achieve success, they make a movie. And they said the idea of the movie came out of, they were all sitting, having a beer, or as you would say, having a pint. And they were having it in a bar, and that's where the idea of the movie came up. They did film a tremendous amount of stuff, but in the Austin newspaper, the director was quoted as saying, "We determined the direction of film before we ever met Billy Mitchell." So we actually didn't know. We were made different promises and commitments from them that they didn't keep, but they didn't keep them.
Would you like to have a little friendly challenge?
See, the trouble I face is as I...
That doesn't answer
Mr. Keith,
anything.
it's hard to be flattered by you, so what do you have in mind?
Well, Junior, I wanted to
Walter's
challenge.
going to do a card on you.
What's that?
Walter's going to do a card on you.
We already have a card on me. Been there, done that.
Yeah, that's a low number.
I'm the unknown legend that forced his way into this world. But Billy, I was wondering if maybe we could do a wrong off and see if we can get the world
Wrong off.
Sounds to
Yeah,
me like I'm talking to the right guy.
you sure are.
What's the rules on the wrong
Guilty.
off?
The rules of the wrong off are, is Donkey Kong, we have to get the lowest score within 60 seconds without dying. What?
You're the favorite on that, aren't you?
Yeah, I sure am. You're coming to the right guy if you want to fail.
I'll make you a deal.
All right.
If
What is
without
it?
saying one word, not even thank you, you just hand the microphone back to Paul and you have a deal.
All right, 2 o'clock after this bail, Billy and I.
All right, I'm out of there. That was a lot of fun. That was a ton of fun. Actually, Free Play Florida got to meet a lot of people that, you know, that I never thought I would meet. You know, it was really cool to meet Billy Mitchell and Walter Day, which was really cool because with Billy Mitchell, a lot of people have these, you know, feelings about him, and I think he's probably one of the nicest guys I've met, period, of all time. Walter Day, awesome guy, and it was kind of almost like instead of meeting celebrities, you're meeting family, and they really do their part to, you know, never turn down an autograph, never turn down a selfie, anything like that. So fantastic. Got to thank George for just kind of being there. It was kind of cool to kind of, he introduced a lot of things, and that's like his wheelhouse there. So, but that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Fantastic day. Thanks for watching.
Make the ground shake.